It's just occurred to me we really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Well, no sense worrying about it now.
Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Yeah. Now let's get ready. Switch me on. I don't think you're crazy.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
What is up, Ghost Heads? It is another edition of the Ghost Heads radio show. My name is Ted, aka Steady, and Happy New Year. I hope you had very happy holidays. This is going to be a full show, and I don't know how I'm going to have time to talk about everything, but I'm going to. We're going to be discussing some Ghostbusters Frozen Empire news. We've got new photos. There's new toys right there. And there's new apparel coming out. We're going to try and dip into all those things. But most importantly, and I'm going to make sure I'm waiting for a lot of folks to get in. If you're if you're already here, you're with us. Make some noise in the chat. Say what's up. Happy New Year to you guys. If you're just joining us, if you have not been following us, the last about 6 weeks, we set out on the third annual Ghostbusters toy drive. If anybody doesn't know exactly what I'm talking about, we can just quickly let you know what that's all about. 3 years ago, the official Ghostbusters social media page basically set out a call, a mission to everybody, and they said, it'd be great if you guys started a toy drive like tomorrow. And Ghostbusters chapters, who are very much like the franchise itself, which, if everybody knows the history of the first movie, it was sort of just mad chaos, grueling pace to get that movie completed in the short amount of time that they did. All the chapters, a lot of chapters said, we're in, did a toy drive, and it was fantastic to see the seeds being planted of like what could happen, what the future may hold. And so fast forward to last year, Ghost Heads Radio, the NYC team, several chapters started planning in advance. Like, hey, listen, we're going to take this not more serious, but we're going to put in more effort. We're going to put in more time because we understand what's at stake here. So last year we put in more time, we put in more effort, we planned in advance, we collaborated, and about 30 teams raised raised over 9,000 toys and $11,000 last year, 2022. This year, set out on the same goal: collaborate, cross promote, give each other advice, use best practices. And we wanted this year to be even bigger, even better. So that's where we're at. The last 6 weeks, we've all been working. 30 chapters have been working together, holding toy drives, raising money and funds for different charities in their communities. And it is amazing to see that many people, hundreds of people across the country, working for a common goal, working to better their communities. Jacob's in the chat saying hype. What's going on, Jacob? If you're in the chat, say what's up. And also, before we get to some toy drive stuff, I'm gonna put out a giveaway, because it's not only important that we're talking about the toy drive today, but it's also caught the attention, of course, of Sony Pictures. Sony Pictures um, in a little bit has a very special message for all the chapters I'm going to share with you guys. And they've also been kind enough to send over uh, some Frozen Empire posters. So, what I'm going to do is I want to have also a giveaway for some brand new Frozen Empire posters. Now, if you're a chapter, you already have Frozen Empire posters. If you want to get more, I understand. But we're gonna pick a handful of winners here on the show later on at the end of the stream. And what we're gonna do is I want you to comment in the chat with which is your favorite. Oof, is it's too tough, isn't it? I was gonna say which is your favorite OG Ghostbuster, but I feel like it's almost like asking who's your favorite kid, and a lot of us can't do that. So, if you're in the chat, comment with maybe who you're most excited to see in the new film. It could be an OG Ghostbuster. It could be one of the Spangler family members. It could be Gary Gruberson. It could be that guy. Let us know exactly, and I'll put that in the chat as well. And Mayette, what's going on? I see you there. Fort Collins Ghostbusters tuning in. Fantastic. You guys are so awesome. All right, there you go. Giveaway time. Who are you most excited to see in the new film? I'm going to pin that to the top there. And we will pick, like I mentioned, a handful of winners to receive Frozen Empire posters. And I know I was holding the sort of the mini ones, but we have some full size ones. Again, all thanks to Sony Pictures. All right. If you're in the chat, say what's up. We have a lot of other things to do today. So first off, we are going to be talking about news and updates around the movie. We have a message from Sony to cover, and we also are going to sort of sound off on all the chapters that participated in this year's toy drive, as well as the charities and the organizations. Because again, the one of the most beautiful parts about the toy drive is that we're not kind of all doing this for like one common beneficiary. Everybody has a charity group, everybody has an organization that they're passionate about, near and dear to their hearts. And we recommend and we really want folks to get involved with the charities and the organizations and just the things that are they're passionate about that mean the most to them. So we're also going to list off the chapters and the charity organizations that they're collecting for, as well as a special video message from about a dozen chapters who participated in this year's toy drive. So appreciate you all. Melissa, see you in the chat. Our friends, the Texas Rangers, are here. They are awesome. If you guys want to check out one of the coolest, fastest growing groups in the last year, go follow the Ghostbusters Texas Rangers division on social media. Those guys are awesome. All right. I guess what we'll do first is we're going to check out our Ghostbusters Toy Drive video compilation. This is a video comprised of several chapters across the country talking about the organizations they were collecting for, as well as their total amount. So my daughter came to interrupt the stream. You're so silly. All right, folks. I hope you guys are watching. This is a compilation of Ghostbuster chapters. Hey. This is a compilation of the Ghostbusters chapters and their efforts and the organizations that they were collecting for, guys. All right, hope you like it. Enjoy.
Hey, Central Michigan Ghostbusters. Look at Sophie and Ghostbuster Bob. We want to thank everybody for 457 gifts this year. We helped the My Michigan Health Pediatric Center. There's two different ones. There's speech therapy and ABA, and then there's we helped BF Autism Center, and we also helped out the Game Changers Therapy right here in Midland. So it was all three centers right here in Midland, and I want to thank everybody for the help and support. We get a call.
Hi there, this is Erica Bartlett with the Circle City Ghostbusters. For 2023, we were able to donate 162 toys to the Keenan Stahl Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis. Happy holidays to all of you!
Hey everybody, it's Nate with the Chelan Ghostbusters. I'm here in my mom's and dad's den. I figured since we're talking about toys, I'd show off her very large Barbie collection. So we just wanted to thank everybody for our toy drive and send out a recap. We had 352 toys we collected between a few locations and our big, massive Fill the Ecto toy drive. And we were basically collecting all those toys for the Northwest Michigan Marine Toys for Tots group. So we want to thank everyone that came out to the toy drive and donated to toys and helped them. And they had a successful whole season. I think they raised over 17,000 toys. So just thank you again, everyone.
Hi, Mayette from the Fort Collins Ghostbusters. We work together with High Plains Ghostbusters and Northern Colorado Ghostbusters for our toy drive. All together, we collected 600 toys and $325 in funds that all went to Kenzie's Causes, a local nonprofit here in Colorado.
Charlie Rivera from your Long Island Ghostbusters. Happy to report that this year we were able to raise over $4,530 or 455 individual toys for our two toy drives of this holiday season. Toys for Tots and the John Thiessen's Children Foundation Toy Drive. We wouldn't have been able to do it without people just like you. Thank you all so much for your generosity, and we can't wait to do it again next year.
Hi, this is Joanna with the Portland Ghostbusters, and our total for the holiday toy drive was 152 items between toys and hygiene products benefiting Northwest Family Services.
Hi, this is Chris with the Sacramento Ghostbusters. This season, our team collected for Toys for Tots, and we ended with a whopping 1,088 toys. And we were able to participate in distributing these toys. We walked families around and had them collect toys and books and games at the firehouse in Newcastle, actually. And it was pretty appropriate to have Ghostbusters at a firehouse, right? But we are actually very proud and very thankful to have been part of this movement. Now, we're getting ready for next year, and it's going to be even better. Thanks very much.
Charlie Rivera back one more time, this time representing the New York City Ghostbusters. And this year for the South Bronx Toy Drive, we were able to raise over $2,800, which turned into over 307 toys. Thank you all so much for helping us with the telethon, the toy drive. We absolutely love each and every one of you. From the New York City Ghostbusters to you, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we look forward to next year.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, shout out to all the groups that put together their own videos and took the time to talk about their efforts and the organizations that they all were collecting for. For the groups that were not in the video that wanted to be, we're gonna go ahead and give them a shout out as well because they absolutely deserve it. So here, take off my Boom. Check that out. There you go. That's everybody. 30 chapters. We're going to list them all off right now. And then we're going to get into our official toy drive, third annual toy drive results. Here we go. 313 Ghostbusters, who collected on behalf of the Children's Center. Arizona Ghostbusters, that collected on behalf of Happy Acres. The Atlanta team, who collected for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. The Buffalo team, who collected for Toys for Tots. The Cincinnati team, who also collected for Toys for Tots. Shout out to Central Michigan in the video. Shout out to Cherryland. Shout out to Circle City, who's in the video. Confluence Valley, who collected for St. Vincent's de Paul's Christmas Connection. Shout out to Ecto Force of Florida. Shout out to the West Virginia team, who collected on behalf of the Children's Home Society of West Virginia. Shout out to the Detroit team, who also collected on behalf of Toys for Tots. My team, the Ghostbusters of San Antonio, we actually had 3 organizations we collected for. Toys for Tots, sorry, Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Texas. I've just been saying Toys for Tots for so long. We also collected for the community of Uvalde. Everybody remembers the tragedy in Uvalde. We've partnered with the public library in Uvalde and to hold special events and bring toys and gifts to children in that area. And we also collected on behalf of the CASA organization. That's the Child Advocates of San Antonio. Fantastic organization. We've talked about them a lot. If you're in the South Texas area and you want an organization to help out who does a ton for children, please look up the Child Advocates of San Antonio. Shout out again to the Ghostbusters of Virginia. Shout out to the Texas Rangers who were in the video. High Plains, who Mayette covered, who also who collect for Kennedy's causes. The Houston Ghostbusters, who collected for Toys for Tots. The Hudson Valley team, who collected on behalf of the Fearless Hudson Valley. We heard from the Long Island team, who collected for Toys for Tots. Shout out to the LA team, the Northern Colorado team, who also collected for Kenzie's. Shout out to NYC group, who we heard from in the video. The Oklahoma City team, who collected on behalf of Citizens Caring for Children. Shout out to the Portland team. Shout out to the Sacramento team, who we heard also collected for Toys for Tots. Shout out to the Suncoast Ghostbusters, who also collected on behalf of Toys for Tots. The Southwest Florida Ghost Corps collected on behalf of Donate for Kids. The Fort Collins team, who we heard collected on behalf of Kenzie's causes. The Windy City Ghostbusters, who sent me some photos I'm going to share in a bit, collected on behalf of La Rabida Children's Hospital. And shout out to Alex Spence and the Yellow Rose team, who collected on behalf of Toys for Tots, the Texas Children's, and Houston's Food Bank. 30 teams across the country. And let me go ahead and get caught up in the chat here. I hope you guys enjoy the tree there. I'm not the best graphic designer or editor, so that took me a minute. Yeah, let me get caught up in the chat, and then we're going to call out the totals, and I have a few more things to share from some of the teams. Bryce, you're here. He says, SD Ghostbusters are here and ready to believe you. Not only are you here, but you're also there. You and hashtag Team Terry. Mayette says, that was an amazing video. Yes, because of you and everybody else. It is fantastic. Thank you again so much for doing that. Cherryland in Traverse City. Kev's in the chat saying, what's up? Mayette, yes, I will share the tree along with the total right after the stream. It's going to go out to all the chapters, and we guys can all, share it and, keep that. Jacob, Circle City, awesome. The whole Cherryland team is here. There you go. Kev says, see you in Midland in March. Yeah, so big Michigan conventions going on, right? I know Bob's been telling me about it. He's been saying, hey, you might want to look into this. I'm like, all right. I'm going to keep it on the radar. And if I can find some way of getting up there, there it is. Midland Mall Comic Con this March. Any Ghostbusters group close to Michigan is invited. I feel like it's going to be massive. And congrats to all the Michigan teams, because that's going to be huge. Christine already says, yeah, they're going to be there. Jared says, the artwork is fantastic. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Okay, I promised some teams I would share some of their photos. So once we do that, then we get to the totals. It's a lot of stuff, but I don't want to leave anybody out for obvious reasons, right? So Confluence Valley team shared this photo. Check them out there with Santa. They were fantastic. And then the Windy City team shared these photos from their toy drive. Oh my God, look at that. That's one of the best feelings, is seeing your photos that you guys send me, and it's either a trailer, an ecto, some vehicle, and it's just like jam packed with toys. Like, oh my God. That's honestly so exciting to see. Look at these guys. And we've talked to a bunch of teams, and they agree there's like no better feeling, because that's not only the work you guys put in, that's the work that your community put in. You know what I mean? Like, you're bringing people together. It's friends, it's family, it's neighbors, it's people in the surrounding area, and they get it. They understand. Like, one person that I ran into when we were doing that's also a great shot, is holding a massive check worth $8,000 and giving it to a children's hospital. Can we give a shout out to the Windy City team? Oh my God, That's incredible. As I was mentioning before, there's a day that we were collecting toys. It was actually a gentleman, and he had a his own company in town. He did remodeling work. You know, you want to remodel your bathroom, you want to remodel your master bedroom, whatever. His company does that. And he was just with his daughter. We were outside our comic shop. Shout out to Dragon's Lair. And he said, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And I said hi first. But he's like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And I told him, we're here, collecting donations for these organizations, and I listed them off. And the first thing he said was, "Tell me how I can get some toys. Like, how you want toys or do you want cash?" Like, he didn't hesitate. He's like, how do we do this? Do I go and come back and get some, or can I give you some cash?" And I told him, I said, "We don't normally handle cash. I like to be transparent in everything that we're doing." So I told them our group doesn't handle cash. However, if you have anything you'd like to donate, I promise you, I'm going to go inside in like 2 minutes and make sure I can find something, for the drive. And the man handed me $40 out of his pocket. And $40, I guess for some people maybe doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're getting donations, just from like people walking by the street, $40 is a lot. You don't expect those type of donations. But I was so thankful. And I said, really appreciate this. We actually have a video of this on the San Antonio team's channel. And he actually wanted to offer me more. And I said, "You've been a big help. I really appreciate it." Um, and so it's just seeing people like that come out. They weren't expecting to meet anybody. They weren't expecting to do anything like this, but they're part of the community. They understand what we're doing, and they know every dollar donated, every toy donated is going directly to a fantastic cause. And so, yeah, um, that's what I really appreciate and love about what we're all doing here. All right. Again, shout out to the Windy City team. You guys are amazing. Congrats again on all your efforts. All right, here we go. Trying to make sure I got everything else covered. Drum roll, please, wherever you're at. This is the moment. 30 chapters across the U.S. total for the third annual toy drive is 8,397 toys and a whopping $18,291 raised. Bravo, all the teams. That is incredible. As I mentioned, last year the toys was a little over 9,000, but the dollars raised last year was just a little over 11,000. So the fact that we've got, almost 8,400 toys and over $18,000 is just insane. Could not be happier. You guys are amazing. All the teams, all the groups, congratulations. You guys are amazing. There you go. There it is, folks. Cherryland in the chat saying, "Oh my God, that is amazing." And I got one more surprise for you guys. As I mentioned earlier, the official Ghostbusters family, Sony Pictures, Ghost Core, we told them they've already known what's been going on, what's been happening. And so they were kind enough to share these posters with us. Again, the giveaway is still in the chat. Just name a character. Who are you most excited to see in the new film? Drop it in the chat to be eligible to win a new Frozen Empire poster, mini and full size. I'll give one of each to a handful of folks. How about that? Um, Back to the studio. Sony has been following us. They've been watching. They've been listening, and they have a very special message for everybody. And here it is, right now. The Ghostbusters family are so proud and appreciative of all the good work you do on behalf of the franchise. Way to answer the call. Sony Pictures. That's amazing, guys. Victor Garcia is in the chat saying, "What's up?" Bryce, I'm going to share this comment, but I want you to understand, and everybody else is going to feel the same way. You're apologizing for not being a part of it, but that's not something you have to apologize for. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, I know you and Terry and the whole group, you guys do so much year round. I know that. And if anybody doesn't know that, then it's partially my fault that I'm not telling people how great you guys are. Um, and two, 2023, I think we're all going to agree. 2023 was like a extremely busy year for all chapters. And some teams just needed to take the holidays and have a break. And that's okay. That's completely fine. Our friends in Austin, Eugene and his entire team, they were like, we've been busy all year and we'd love to do a toy drive or something, but we could really use this time off and just spend it with our families. And I encourage that. I totally do, Bryce. So you don't worry about it, man. Tell Terry not to worry about it. That's not something you guys have to be apologized for. You already know you can do any other toy drive next year. You can raise funds all next year. You can do whatever you like. And yeah, you never have to apologize. Victor says, ready for Ghostbusters again in Palladium. Chris Robinson says, after yesterday, I'm ready to see Janine. Yeah, absolutely. Cherryland also agrees. Janine, Bryce, still here. Peck. Victor says, ready for Ghostbusters and with my daughter again with costume. Absolutely. Christine says, Bill and Dan. Mayette, ready to see Janine as a Ghostbuster. Yeah, I told some folks a few months ago, I said, do not be surprised if we see everyone suited up. I mean, everyone. And Janine getting her own suit, long overdue. Jason and Gil, I mean, they are fans. They are us. They know what we want to see. Whether it's red parkas or Janine suited up. I mean, they exactly know what we're looking for, right? Amazing. Fantastic. I got to just thank everyone again. Also James Billieu, Ryan Espin with the NYC team. It's a collective effort, right? We're all doing things. They're collecting information, they're collecting logos from all the groups. I'm chatting with people on a weekly basis. I'll apologize for messaging you guys more often than probably I need to, but I'm kind of just want to make sure that everybody is feeling good and not getting overwhelmed and not feeling pressured. And if this feels like a job to anybody, then we're not doing it right, right? We all put on flight suits, we all lug around 30-pound proton packs because we want to better our communities. We want to put smiles on the faces of kids. We want to put excitement in the minds of adults who love the films, and that's why we do this. And so yeah, I apologize if I message you guys too much, but it's really just because I don't want this experience to be negative in any way for anybody. um and so that's what I feel like is my job. I tell people at work, I'm like, what is your job? They ask me, and I say my job is to make your job easier. And I kind of feel that way whenever it comes to this stuff. Vic says, "Hope to see you. That we meet at the Palladium like last time I met you." Hey, that's right. Yeah, we took a photo with your daughter. She was so adorable, man. And it was me and Brian Ortiz who actually took that photo with your daughter. Brian was the original creator of the San Antonio chapter. San Antonio chapter, which turns, I want to say, 12 years old this year. That sounds right. He might correct me if I'm wrong. Christine says, "You are awesome, and best thing I've done is being a Ghostbuster." Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope everybody else feels that way. This needs to be something that, you just, I want everybody to do it for the right reasons. Of course, the reasons are, to benefit these charities, but also because you just want to, you know, you just have this calling, uh, answering the call. We kind of ran with that last year, all last year, 2022. In the 6 months leading up to the toy drive, we were talking to groups and we told them to their faces, "Will you answer the call?" Not in a mean way, just Ghostbuster themed way. And they didn't hesitate. They didn't hesitate. They just needed someone to ask. They just needed someone to kind of nudge them in the right direction. And so last year, I think we had 30 chapters. Might have been 31, 32. This year, another 30 chapters. And might have another surprise later on today about the results, but I can't divulge that information right now. Awesome. Thanks again, all the teams, all the leaders. Thanks to folks who donated to Ghostbuster chapters across the country. Y'all made this a massive success. Again, if you're just joining us, if you missed it, the Ghostbusters Toy Drive finale results: 8,397 toys and $18,291 raised. $18,291 raised. Yeah, you guys are absolutely incredible. It's fantastic. Uh, yeah, can't wait to kind of get back into this again. If you're a chapter and either this was your first time being a part of the toy drive, or if you're looking for more things to do, half these teams participated in a school supply drive last July, 2022, 2023. I'm already forgetting what year it is. So if your team either wants to do something again like a toy drive, but not sure what, school supply drive in the July, maybe late June, July month of 2024 is when we sort of hold that, because I think most schools go back to school either early August or late August. So I think we shot for like school supply drive. It was like 2 to 3 weeks long, and we did it at the beginning of July. I think it was right after July 4th weekend. So we could use the help. Reach out to myself, the San Antonio Ghostbusters team, the New York team, if you're interested, and we will, take some time to, kind of plan and talk and stuff. But around maybe March or April, we'll really start organizing the groups together, talking about, best practices again. Um, what we all did. There's, some steps involved with like reaching out to school districts, getting lists together for supplies. Generally, they're the same, but there's always, little things here and there that are different. So if you enjoyed the toy drive that you did this year and you want to find more things to do, nationwide school supply drive, right up your alley. It's again a great cause, right? It's wonderful. It's you know helping solidify the importance of education to kids dressed up as Ghostbusters. Uvalde. I spoke about Uvalde. We actually did our supply drive at the public library in Uvalde, and it was probably about 100 kids. 100 kids, and we gave out 4 or 5 school supply items to 100 kids. And there was also like face painting. There was like an ice cream vendor who's giving out free ice cream. Um, you know, those are the things that we'll talk about. What are the possibilities? What are the things you guys can do? And just go from there. So don't hesitate to reach out to me directly, the San Antonio team on Facebook, or the New York team, if you're interested in getting involved with the school supply drive. It's not a tomorrow thing, but just like the toy drive, it takes some time, it takes some planning just to make sure that we're, doing the best that we possibly can. Rudy, he's here. What's going on, sir? Also, I need to make a quick shout out to June Fowney, who donated 99 stars during the stream. Anything that we actually collect during Ghost Heads radio show goes to the collection efforts for the San Antonio team. So that actually gets pulled into the funds that we collect. Um, for us specifically, 300 toys and $300 collected in the San Antonio area. So it's pretty fantastic. Shout out to all my team who work extremely hard. San Antonio is a big city. It's Texas, so big as in like it's spread out. It takes 45 minutes to get from one side of town to the other, and we had 5 different locations across town, including Andretti's Indoor Karting and Game, who have the Hologate Ghostbusters um, Academy, as well as the Ecto racing game there. They were kind enough to have a box. We raised dozens and dozens of toys at our location, and they also donated free Hologate vouchers to our cause. So we were giving out those things while people were donating. Donate. Here's a Hologate voucher. So shout out to Andretti's. Could not have done as well of a job without them. Also, shout out to Ekman's Books and Collectibles. That was another massive donation drop off for us. They're a retro, comics and collectibles. I'm talking action figures from the 70s, maybe the late 60s, and all the way up. And we just had nonstop donations from them. We had people calling the shop, donating money via PayPal, and then he was just turning around and saying, "All right, here you go, in the box." And that hasn't happened for us before, but it's like, yeah, why not? It's so easy for people who can't get out and drive, or if you're a Texan like me, you don't go outside if it's below 50. I know it's embarrassing, but that's just Texas. Some people don't like to be out in the cold. So finding ways to get people to call and donate, or QR code donate via PayPal or something, is also a fantastic way of doing things. So yeah, shout out to Ekman's Books and Collectibles. They were amazing. And then lastly, Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy, as well as Real Retro. Real Retro is a retro store on the east side of town. I just have to shout out to these people because they've been so helpful for us. And then Dragon's Lair, I mentioned, they're the best. We just kind of show up without a minute's notice, and they're like, "Yeah, for sure, definitely, it's awesome." Bryce says it's minus 40 here with wind chill. Dude, I get it. But if we were in that, like me personally, anybody in the state, we would look like Lucky from the trailer, like frozen over, eyeballs frozen. I said it was embarrassing. I'm not proud of it. I'm not. But it's just it just what happens. Now, when it's 110 outside, we're the survivors. I'm just saying. It's funny when it's like, New York City's like, not the team, but the city of New York, when they're like, heat wave, massive heat wave. It's 88 outside. I'm like, oh my God, 88? That's like winter here. Oh gosh. Um, if you're in the chat right now, I also want you to talk about any of the toys that you've picked up so far. Let's see. Gary Gruberson, I've got him on my shelf. The only one I've been able to find out of the new lineup. I'm still out there looking, and I also got one of the. I also got the Venkman Fright feature. He looks awesome. I actually have the original Egon Spangler action figure. My daughter took it when she she came onto the stream. Yeah, I can't believe they reissued these things. It's absolutely fantastic. If you've already picked up either a Fright feature or you picked up one of the new Spangler family action figures, let me know which one you got. I want to know. And then, of course, we got the mystery boxes. Rudy says, LOL, Mexicans aren't made for cold weather. No, 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 we are not. Michael got a Neutrona wand. Fantastic. I really want to get one for my daughter. Yeah, she needs one definitely. Melissa says, minus 40. I'm in Texas and have dealt with it. Brr. I don't know what minus 40. Minus 40 doesn't sound like it's possible. Remember that movie Day After Tomorrow? That's what I imagine minus 40 looks like. Like helicopters freezing mid-flight. Like minus 40 doesn't sound like it's a thing. Like it's not even minus 40 in space. Is it minus 40 in space? Somebody knows. Somebody in this chat probably knows. Mayette says we have 5 of the Ecto minis so far. They're adorable. All right, look, here we go. I have this one here, mystery box. Wasn't planning on doing this on the stream. Am running out of time. Nicholas James from the Texas Rangers is here. He says late to the live, my bad. What'd I miss? Check out the totals, sir. Official totals for the drive. Almost 8,400 toys and over $18,000. Because of groups like you, Nick. Because of groups like the Texas Rangers. This is all your fault that we're blessing so many kids across this country. Welcome, my friend. All right, let's see here. He says, "Well, stop." Bryce says it's not bad if the wind isn't blowing, but we have 50-mile-an-hour winds today too. Okay, that is definitely the day after tomorrow. And I apologize that I'm taking so long to open this mystery box. Are you like me? I don't like ripping the packaging. I want it to look still like it's new. That's my problem. Oh, this is like a puzzle box. There is so much tape. Okay. If you have, yeah, the 2 days we're gonna use our red jackets is coming. Nick's right. So you up north, you folks up north, you're sending down some like winter storm or something, and we're having to deal with the repercussions of all that. So it's gonna be in like the 20s or the teens for us next week, and we're not going outside. And also before you guys make fun of us because we can't stand the cold. You know what else can't stand the cold? Our power grid, our homes. None of these things are meant for like very cold very cold weather. So when things get really bad, stuff shuts down. And we've tried to tell our legislators to do something about it, but you know how that goes. Space is both extremely cold and extremely hot because of the direct exposure of the sun without atmospheric protection. I knew somebody would have a good answer. So they open via the containment door. I actually just figured that out after like 2 minutes. Thanks. Bryce says, "You're welcome." Reed says, "Yeah, calling in sick." And here we go. Oh my God. I hope it's the one I think it is. Mystery box number 1 for Steady here. Hot dog eating Slimer. That's actually the one I wanted. That's fantastic. Oh my God. I love him. Ghostbusters 1984 OG hot dog eating Slimer. Still one of my favorite. Uh, don't get me. Nick says, "Don't get me started on the power grid in Texas. It can barely keep our containment unit running." I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain. Nick says, "Hot dog Slimer." Yes. Okay. I'm sure I'm running out of time here. Um, so I got a couple more things. For those who haven't seen it yet, I'm pretty sure everybody has. But this was a photo that was released, I think, a week ago. Somehow it missed my desktop, but it probably, you guys probably saw it already. Man, the containment unit, I can't wait to figure out more about it. It feels like that's something of lore that we actually should be diving into. I had some theories about a year ago about the containment unit and what the possibilities were. I'm not exactly still certain if that's what I think it's going to be, but I definitely expect some like big new elements from the film. What do I mean by that? Well, we will probably be introduced to some sort of major, not change, just some new aspect. And it's not like technology or anything like that, but like you know how in the video games, like we're going into like the ghost world and stuff like that in the video games, or in the animated show, they went into the containment unit on I think more than one occasion in the animated show, stuff like that. And I want them to explore new aspects of lore and things. So yeah, I can't wait. I know you guys can't wait. March 22nd. It feels like it's far, but it's just around the corner, and we're so excited. Getting both extreme cold and earthquakes in Oklahoma, but don't worry, Gary says no paranormal threat. I don't know, sir. That sounds exactly like what happened in Afterlife. I think you should be calling somebody. Let's just say that. There's also the Ghost World Portal and Spirits Unleashed. Yeah, exactly, right? I would venture to say that Gil and Jason, they understand that sequels and lore building involve these things, and so there will be for sure some sort of major piece of lore added to this new movie that we haven't seen yet. It's not the drone that's which the drone has been put into the cover of Empire now, so we can all start talking about that, and it's not a spoiler anymore. Empire spoiled it, so yeah. But yeah, definitely. Okay. This has been fantastic. I appreciate and love you all on behalf of Sony Pictures. Nick, you missed that earlier. Go back and watch the message from Sony, Nick. Behalf of everybody else, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've made this toy drive another massive success. You guys are amazing. You all know that because I tell you that weekly, but I'm telling you one more time. You're all amazing. I can't wait to do this again. And 2024 is just the beginning for Ghostbuster fans, right? New movie, more toys, 40th anniversary. It definitely feels like the stars are aligning this year. So I've already mentioned this before, but man, it's great being a Ghostbuster fan right now. Bryce says, "We love you too, Ted. Thanks for all you and Maddie do. 2024 is our year," says Nick. Absolutely. Nick says, I'll watch the recap when it's posted. Mayette says, "Thank you. I appreciate you guys all." I'm running out of time here, but I will pick a handful of comments of folks who mentioned a character from the new movie that you want to see. A handful of folks are going to be winning two posters, a full size Frozen Empire poster as well as a mini poster. And how about I throw in a mystery box as well? So at least one winner will get a mystery box, and I'll pick a handful of winners to get posters, all courtesy of Sony Pictures. Thank you to Sony. Thank you to Ashley over there at Sony for all your help. Shout out again to James and Ryan from the New York City Ghostbusters. I can't do all of this. There's not enough time to do everything, and they are just as involved with not only their telethon, but getting information from the groups. They put the form together. They put some visuals together that came up with the third annual poster. That team is amazing. So shout out to them. They're awesome. Thank you for watching, everybody. Gonna do this more often. Join me here weekly on the Ghost Heads Radio Show, part of the Countdown City Geeks Network. And guys, just have fun. 2024, as Nick already said, is our year. There's no better time to put on a flight suit, lug around this nuclear accelerator, and just have a blast. Nicholas James Mason with the 99 stars. Nicholas, you're awesome, sir. You already know that. You're amazing, dude. So is your team, Nick. So is your team. Your awesome team up there. And I promise, next time I'm in Dallas, I'm gonna hit you up, man. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy MLK Day. Stay warm. Throw on those red parkas because that storm is right around the corner if you're not already in it. And Busted makes me feel good. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you again very soon.